This cleaner earns $1 million a year, but she doesn't clean trash. She cleans up crime scenes, erasing the traces left behind after killings. The local mafia is the biggest organization in the area, and violence is routine for them, which is why her job is to sanitize their aftermath. Her name is Tenny. She used to be a doctor, but after her son fell seriously ill, she moved to the United States for treatment. In order to have time to care for him, she could only take a job as a cleaner. One day, after finishing a cleanup, she accidentally witnesses the mafia committing a murder. She hides in a corner, too terrified to make a sound, praying they leave quickly. At that moment, her phone rings. She hangs up immediately, but it still draws attention. The gang drags her out and throws her in front of the boss. She kneels and begs for her life, but the boss only stares at her coldly. To survive, she, once a doctor, tells him she can clean the blood properly. If it isn't treated quickly, it will seep into the concrete and become impossible to remove. She explains in detail. Use sodium hydroxide, avoid hot water, only cold water. Her professional explanation convinces the boss. He orders her to demonstrate, wearing gloves. She applies sodium hydroxide, uses absorbent paper, and wipes everything down with cold water. The scene is cleaned perfectly. Seeing her skill, the boss becomes interested in her talent. Tenny explains she is not local and only came to the US for her son's treatment. Once he is cured, they will return home. The boss then sends his men to escort her home. Back home, she is terrified. She fears retaliation and worries it may affect her son's treatment. But seeing her son asleep, she realizes she has no choice but to endure it alone. The next day, she takes her son to the hospital to ask about a bone marrow transplant. However, the staff discover their visa has expired. They are illegal immigrants, and the hospital cannot arrange treatment. She tries to argue, but the rules are strict, and she has no choice but to leave. As they are leaving, her son says goodbye to someone. She turns and realizes it is one of the boss's men. Tenny demands to meet the boss again. She is taken to the mafia's private airfield, where she meets Aman. She asks why they are following her and says she told no one about what happened yesterday. Aman signals his men to bring something over. He hands her a bundle of cash and a phone, then tells her she did well and that he wants her to keep working for him. They have their own doctor, a very famous one, and once she has money, her son's treatment will no longer be a problem. Torn between principles and pressure, Tenny eventually gives in. She accepts the money and the phone. When she returns home, she receives a call from the hospital. They tell her she can come back anytime. Her bone marrow transplant has been scheduled. Shocked, she realizes everything was arranged by Aman behind the scenes.